Severe cold and snow that impacted many parts of the country last week is still impacting air travel. Things only got worse over the weekend when a water main broke at New York's JFK Airport, causing major delays for travelers. More flights were delayed on Monday, and travelers are still looking for their luggage. Here's Kris Van Cleave.
Chaos.
Terminal 4 at JFK today was more like a scavenger hunt as weary flyers searched through this mountain of unclaimed luggage, just as another winter storm was causing more delays and cancellations.
I looked through hundreds of bags and they weren't there. And then I finally found out that they were in another section.
Last Thursday's storm started the chain of events. It closed runways that forced 159 flights to divert to other airports. When those planes finally made it to JFK, they had to contend with regularly scheduled flights, mounds of snow, frigid temperatures, and not enough open gates. Then on Sunday, a water main broke and flooded Terminal 4. The main sent water cascading down onto the terminal. 3 inches of standing water knocked out the power and heat for a time. The Port Authority, the airport's operator, is being blamed for a breakdown in communication.
Airlines described it as chaos. The FAA indicated they weren't getting clear communication from the Port Authority as to what was going on the ground at JFK on Saturday. What happened?
What I'm saying to you is that an investigation is needed. We are starting it, and we are committed to follow it wherever it leads.
The American Society of Civil Engineers gives U.S. aviation infrastructure a D, saying another $4 billion a year is needed to keep up with growing demand, or what happened at JFK could happen a lot more often.
Here we have a system where people fly around on the most technologically advanced aircraft in the world, yet we're relying on infrastructure systems where they land and the airports that they have to go through that are just aging and aging.
On Saturday, the FAA did begin ordering airlines to confirm that there would actually be an open gate upon arrival before flights could depart. And it's worth noting both American Airlines and JetBlue thinned their flight schedules and managed to operate out of JFK without issues.
Well, Kris, how are operations at JFK Monday night as the airport tries to return to normal?
Well, Elaine, today was a better day, but there was a winter storm that moved through here, and that resulted in hundreds of delays and cancellations. So not a great day, but a better day. There's still problems, and it's going to take days likely for all of those bags to get reunited with the people that checked them.
And Kris, what have you heard from officials about what can be done going forward to prevent situations like this that disrupt travel for so many people?
JFK is a little bit of an anomaly of an airport. Each of these terminals are owned by individual companies, not the Port Authority. So typically what happens is the airlines are responsible for managing their own gates at this airport. And the Port Authority says that system has pretty consistently worked until this weekend. And that's why they're talking about a thorough investigation to see what went wrong and what needs to be done. If that means stricter enforcement or better communication. Certainly the communication was an issue with the Port Authority and getting word to flyers, getting word to passengers, people being picked up, and even the communication with the public seemed to be lacking over the weekend. So that's something that's going to need to be looked at. But really, the other issue here is you had airlines that did not reduce their capacity based on conditions at the airport. They just assumed they could operate normally, and that just didn't work out. You have 79 airlines that operate out of JFK. Many of them are foreign carriers and only have a couple of flights a day, but when you have those couple of flights plus those diverted flights, they just ran out of room.
All right, Kris Van Cleave at JFK Airport. Kris, thanks very much.